Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. I'm addressing a comment on YouTube that I got to another commenter. Is it your fault you're low income? Let's get right into it. Somebody wrote a comment about them being low income, and another person wrote, and I don't remember who it was, and they said, hey, you know what? Don't blame anybody if you're low income. If you're low income, it is a choice. You're making that choice because you can actually do something about it. I thought, you know what? I'm going to address this in a video because I wanted to talk about it. I know that comment or response might make some people angry. Some of you may agree with it. One of the things on this channel is I always hope I come across as non-judgmental because I'm not walking in your shoes. But I kind of have mixed feelings about the comment, and I'm going to explain why. First, let me say this. These are just 5 reasons I came up with. What are 5 reasons somebody might be broke or have a low income? And I always put this out there because I always say this all the time. Health is wealth. You know, somebody today was like, Dawn, you work a lot. And I was doing a demo and I was talking about cooking, and I said, you know what? I'm glad I have the privilege to work. I'm glad I have the privilege to do household chores, stand in the kitchen and do that. I'm glad I'm able to stand and do this. It's a privilege to have that because if you don't have your health, it does limit things you do. I'm not saying you can't work, but it is limiting. So part of the reason people may be low income, it could be number 1, health related, and we don't know what those health challenges are for people. Number 2, it could be spending habits. I do think many people, when they get their checks, they don't actually have a budget. They don't know how much money they're making, how much is going out, and they buy wants before needs. So it could be that the little money they do make, they don't use wisely. Number 3, they have low pay. So they're not making a whole lot because yes, you can live on a lower budget, but it is getting tougher and tougher to do that with increased costs and inflations. So low pay is part of it. Number 4, you may not have very many skills. You know, the more skills you have, the more things you learn, the more, that people may want to hire you, or you may even be able to start your own business. So if you don't have a lot of skills, that doesn't mean you have to have a college degree. I'm talking computer skills, and like being tech savvy is one thing that can really help us. And number 5, you're not wanting to change. And I want to address this. I read something that was really good. I admit to you guys right now, I don't like change. I'd rather keep things same old, same old. But what's the consequences of doing that? Probably not very positive in many ways. I read this comment and it said, marriage is hard, divorce is hard, choose your hard. Being obese is hard, going on a eating plan and losing weight and keeping it off is hard, choose your hard. You get what I mean. Spending all your money and being broke is hard, and living on a budget may be challenging or hard, choose your hard. So you know what? It's kind of like that. I do think many people, it is hard once you're dug down deep in a hole, making a change. I think there's a lot of poverty consciousness and mindset issues, and people don't realize all the abilities they do have and how many opportunities they are. It's easier sometimes to stay stuck, make excuses, and not do something about our situation. And guess what? I'm guilty of that myself in many areas. So I'm definitely not judging any of you. But I do think that it's unfair to judge everyone because sometimes life happens when you're not making plans. You've got health situations. I had a friend of mine, this is years ago, she was married. Her husband wiped out their entire bank account, left her with an infant. She was only working part-time, and left her and moved out of state. She couldn't do anything about it, never paid child support. It doesn't mean you can't dig yourself out of a hole, but there are challenges out there. But I do think that we have a lot more abilities, and we can network. There's so many more choices that we have than I think we even realize it. So is it our own fault we're broke? Hey, I've had people tell me, Dawn, it's your own fault that you're fat. You made that choice. And you want to know the truth? They're right. I don't have any health reasons why I'm fat. I choose to become morbidly obese, and I choose to eat too much food to get me to that point. How did I get fat? Overeating. How am I a lower income person? Because I didn't make other choices. I made some poor choices and I wasn't willing to make changes to get to a different position. So in many ways, this person is correct. Only we can make choices in our life. But that being said, I'm going to end with saying this. I don't believe we can judge others because we don't know what they're going through. I always say this, I heard it somewhere else. You know what? If you're not walking in someone's shoes, you can't tell them how to tie their laces. I'm going to leave you with that. I heard that somewhere and I liked it. So let me know your thought on this. I'm sure I'm going to get the comments blowing up. Be kind in the comments. That's all I have to say, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye, everybody.